welcome. This is the NumbNuts Podcast. I'm Mr. Woods. We've got Borland and we have Tyler. With the three of us, today we're going to discuss, I guess, what's better between iOS and Android, or aka iPhone and Samsung.
And other subjects as well. It's not just going to be them two.
So, where are we going to start, lads?
Right, so...
I think Wood should start with the fact that he's so adamant that Samsung is better. Like, any Samsung or Android product is better than Apple and iPhone.
I wouldn't say all Android products are the best, but I would say Samsung's a guaranteed good one because they actually manufacture fantastic products that haven't let me down. Like, I've still got a Samsung Tab 3 back from like 2012, 2011, fucking old, and it's still going.
Okay.
And that thing hasn't let me down for years. And again, in my opinion, Samsungs have not let me down. Every time I've used them, and compared to an iPhone, it hasn't broken, hasn't done much. The worst thing I've done to it is smash the screen up. But again, who hasn't smashed the screen up on a phone?
Yeah, good point.
That's a very good point.
But the system's actually manufactured well. Like, compared to my last iPhone I had was an iPhone 6. That thing broke constantly. Screens, systems, it broke, and I paid, I think, hundreds and hundreds to get it fixed. So what I've done with it...
Yeah, but you also have to remember an iPhone 6, right, was 10 iPhones ago. 10 years ago was an iPhone 6, so... Like, I understand, but then on the other hand, you've also got to think about it in a realistic sense, is that when... Like, I've gone from having... Like, I think my first iPhone was a Samsung with a keypad, like an actual keypad. Like, I've got it in this. I've got it here somewhere, right? I'll get it for the next podcast. But like, I had a Samsung with a keypad, and it was practically just like a Samsung's version of a BlackBerry. It was wank, but it was worth at the same time. And then I got a 3GS off my mum, which was like my first like big phone. And I kid you not, I had it 45 minutes. I was off to my dad's for Christmas after being at my mum's, and Zach, right, I kid you not, he was so pissed that I got an iPhone and he didn't. He hit it out of my hand, it fell onto the floor and smashed.
Okay, just for a quick side note here. Myself, I am staying neutral since my parents have got Samsungs. I've obviously got... My dad's got iPhone, but again, I'm going to stay neutral here. But overall...
What's your experience of it between the pair? If you've experienced the pair of them between the Samsung and an iPhone, what have you found that's better?
Okay.
Only if you have more up to date like testing on new phones. Obviously, like I have, because I've previously worked, like I've more recently worked for Vodafone, so I've had like hands on with the Pixel, the new some of the new Samsungs. I had tested with the 16E when the 16E came out earlier this year. So obviously I've had hands on with quite a lot of new phones. But obviously, like, what new phones have you tried? As in, like, through Apple or Samsung or...
Okay, so my mum's got the Z Flip 4. I've had to use it a couple of times. It's a great phone, seems pretty durable, and whatever else. I personally have got an iPhone 15 currently. Now, I'm not saying Samsung's a shit brand, but I think for durability, I go Samsung. But for features, I'd go iPhone.
See, I'd go with the operating system for Apple, but I'd go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm currently downloading, which I will show the screen, well, I'll show the camera. I'm currently downloading the new 26 update, so I will have that on as we get through this podcast, and I'll give you my honest opinion on it. However, I think for the operating system, it will always be Apple for me, because I'm so accustomed to it. Like, bear in mind, I've had Samsungs in the past. I've used some of the new Samsungs whilst being at work and everything like that. But I think the speed of the Samsung at the moment would be better. However, just everything about iPhone's OS is the best. Like, that's what I think. Like, I've had. I've had a 3GS, I've had a 4, I've had a 5C, I've had a 5, 5S, 6, 6 Plus, 7, 7 Plus, 8, 8 Plus, 9, iPhone 11, and now a 16 Pro Max, and it just builds up, and it's like I've had previous Samsungs. There've been lower end Samsungs, but I don't think any lower end Samsungs any less better than some of the upmarket ones at the time, because it's still got like barely anything different with them minus the cameras, and it's just
exactly.
You've also got to think that like Samsungs are mainly for cameras, like because
definitely.
that's all the war's been over the last couple of years. Well, minus the Fold, but it's just been cameras, and like the OS on it, it's like the cameras have just Samsung cameras are unbelievable. The only downside for the fact I think for me is using like Snapchat or like taking any photos on like any apps, because like Snapchat ain't caught up to like how good cameras have got on phones, mainly for like Samsung, Google Pixel, like Huawei's before they got took off the market because of everything to do with where they was made. But yeah, no, I think if Snapchat caught up with the fact of how well phones are being made at the moment and how well the cameras are, I think like Samsung would just take over, because Snapchat has to have. And I've been told this by multiple people, and I don't know if it is bang on true, but I've had people that have come in from Samsung and stuff say this to me myself, where Samsung has to stream the camera system and then take a screen, like, so the photos you're taking on Snapchat is just a screenshot of your camera. And like, I thought that was a bit bullshit. I thought the cameras were just like using lower quality, because like Snapchat's just for like chat with your boys and then that's it, or like whatever you do with it. But I think on one hand, if like certain operating systems and stuff can't, I think, I don't know, like since the release of the first iPhone, like Apple took away BlackBerry, they took away like everything, and the only one that survived was Samsung, because they're the only one that kept up. And like Samsung kept, I think, Samsung's, what phone have you got now, Woods?
A25.
The A25. Okay.
Yeah.
How new is that?
I think that came out a couple of years ago. I'm not 100% sure how.
Have you got a headphone jack?
Yes.
That's my only issue with Apple. I want a headphone jack back.
To be fair, I actually will agree with you there.
I don't want something that I have to plug in my charger and then a headphone jack into and have this fucking brick at the bottom. No, I want my headphone jack back.
Yeah, you see me, of course, I've actually opted for the Bluetooth headphone way, because I've currently got some Beats Solo 3s, 4s.
I rate them.
And to be fair, they are absolutely brilliant. Like, I only have to charge them like every few weeks, but like the sound quality, again, amazing on them. But again, although yes, I'm staying neutral, right? There is obviously a couple of points which I would like to bring up regarding like both positive and negative between Android and iOS. So on the positive side, of course, you've got for iOS, you've got
simpler system. What I've learned, sorry to interrupt. The iOS system, it is a much simpler system to use. Like, you go on your phone, it's all in areas where you can access them faster. Compared to my Samsung, the problem is when I go on the screen, I have to then swipe the corner here to access these bits, but you don't always guarantee it's a chance to get it, because when you try and swipe downwards, it has a chance of swiping down the other side of it. That's your notifications.
See, I get that, but Apple is the same with that. So obviously, like, you can do it there and you can catch it, but then if you do it anywhere like close here,
it gets your notifications.
So it's exactly the same. So I think Apple copied that off Samsung, which I think was the best idea they had, because like it was a lot better than like where you had like the swipe up from the bottom, and then when remember when we had the buttons and stuff, because obviously Samsung had the
because you had because iPhone 6 was I think probably the last phone that done it, didn't they, with the button here before they decided to go with the
no fucking hell, like the button was in until the 10.
Oh, well, did the button go to this then? This button, was it the?
No, so after the iPhone 9, which I've got one lying around somewhere, I've got too many broken iPhones, but yeah, it's ridiculous. Let me just change my home screen, because I don't really fancy my daughter being on the stream just yet.
That's fair.
Talk among yourself, boys, whilst I'm just...
Well, my question is, with your phones, does you have the bits down here? So do you have the phone, like, you call someone and then the camera feature, and then you swipe up, it gives you your card?
No. Instead, in the bottom left corner, we've got like a torch. Bottom right, we've got a flashlight.
Yeah, I'll show you here. So, you've got your camera, and then you get a torch.
And what's that middle bar? Like the one, so same on mine. Mine's got the little bar down here. Is that your card?
That's your...
No. That's to open the phone. So basically, to use your card on Apple, you need to double tap the power button.
Oh, mine's this. So you have to swipe it up here, and then your card access. But what makes it worse, I hate about this, with your phones, you have to only press the button twice, don't you? And then look at the camera, and then you're logged in, right? Mine don't do that. You have to manually put your thumbprint on the side here to do that. Or
but I think that's because you
have to
I think if you had one of the more up-to-date Samsungs, you wouldn't have that issue because like Apple phased out like thumb scans from the 9, so they've had 7 years now. Fucking hell, I've got 17s out now, but like they have 7 years of innovation of face scan and everything like that. So obviously, like mine, I can face scan. My phone's unlocked already, and that's how easy and simple it is. And then obviously, like one of the points that I want to talk about later on in this is the liquid glass. I want to obviously get this up and downloaded and get it ready. But no, so obviously you have your torch and everything like that, and then obviously you have your widgets and obviously the time and stuff. Yes, the time is 12:20 at night.
My question is, bro, with your time, if you tap your time, does yours pop up like this? So it tells you the seconds, the minutes, and the hours?
I don't think it does now.
And then the date as well.
Oh, stop the stream.
So that's what mine does. So if I go back to the screen, so you show like that, shows the home screen, then I tap that, or if it's going to work, I tap me like num digits and it pops up with this, so the date and the time, and then it gives me the seconds and how many until the next minute and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so to get that on an iPhone, it's more of a ball ache, but you have to go in, so you go in, and then in all fairness, I don't think you can really get it anymore. So you have to go all the way to the clock app. I know it's not going to focus because like.
And then I'm guessing you've got to then click on the clock app to check what time it is.
Well, you can click where it says well clock, but apart from that, you legit just have to look at the clock's app, and it'll tell you exactly what because it's 20 minutes and 15 seconds, and it'll come up with like that.
Yeah. Anyway, back onto my pros and cons from both. So I'm only going to read 3 off of the list. So obviously with Apple you've got constant updates. So iOS devices get updates for many years. It's especially notable for devices which are 4 or 5 years old. Of course, those updates keep them current and obviously keep the security up to a bit of a higher standard. The customer support for Apple as well, they're sort of known for their excellent customer support, including person support at Apple stores and direct interactions with technicians. And also the security and privacy as well. They place a heavy emphasis on security and privacy, regular updates, app reviews, and so on. And that's like the positives of Apple.
See, I agree with that. Let's just stay on what you said with the positives. So obviously, like, I have got the list of what phones have now got the option of going to iOS 26. So it's the last 6 years of iPhone. So from the iPhone 11 all the way to the 17 Pro Max and the iPhone Air, which I want to get on at some point because the iPhone Air is like unbelievable, and also the SE second and third generation. But going back onto what you meant about security and stuff like that, I think Apple flopped massively with some security because when you obviously me and you will know that you have to you have to say that you want an app to track your data. And it's like, as a person that's as a father and as someone that looks at a lot of baby stuff and shops around for my daughter, trying to find new clothes, new toys, new teddies, shit like that. I don't want my stuff tracked. Not in a weird way. It's because I don't want to have a look at a certain thing and then it comes up oh well, you've been looking at this, there's something wrong with you, and it's well, No, like, I understand. Like, phones have always been listening from days date when they come out, because like you'll talk about something and then you get an advert come up, and it's weird. But it's also the fact of like they took a massive fall on it. It was the same when Facebook had the issue with the accounts, the account like your account details getting leaked, and that took a massive flop. That, I think that was the worst decision that Zuckerberg could have ever done, because he put his whole company at risk, because everyone lost all the data. Everyone's data got shipped off to phishing agencies and everything like that, and the backlash was insane. So I think Apple have to tread very carefully with it. I think it is, I don't want to say a ticking time bomb, but I think because it's every app that asks to have your data, and it's getting dangerous now, because there's apps where like you're having to decide on whether you need to download that app or not. Like there was a handheld device that I bought, like we got the other week, and like genuinely all it is, it plugs into my phone and I can use it as like it's like a backbone, but like it's the Razer equivalent. Obviously Woods has one that you can grab, I think, so you can show it. Yeah, that I have that, but obviously it doesn't work for my phone. But when I had to download the app for it, it asked if it wanted to track my data. I was like, well, why does Razer want to track my data? And it's like, I don't know if it's Apple saying they want to track what I do on the app, or what I do with like how I play with the game and stuff like that, or if it's just like certain things. It's just like, for marketing purposes, I don't mind, because that'll give me more stuff that I can use, more stuff that will be like offered to me. But then on the other hand, I don't want no one knowing what I'm doing. Like I'm not a secretive guy. I'm just very private, especially when it comes to like stuff to do with my daughter, and stuff to my partners, and then obviously like stuff that we do as well. Like we talk about some very sensitive topics in our conversations and stuff like that, and it's just it's just something that some people don't need to know, and it becomes very scary.
Yeah. So basically, for like a summary comparison of iOS versus, obviously, customization wise, iOS is limited but clean and cohesive. Android is highly customizable. Hardware variety, obviously, iOS is limited to Apple devices only, whereas Android, you've got wide range of devices from multiple brands. Price, again, it's a very big.
For the Android, so I can mention one of these. It's an Android tablet. That's from, I think, fuck knows where that's from. It's.
I was going to say, is that a owner tablet or a HONOR tablet? Because I think I have the same. Oh no, it just looks like a Vasolin. I've got a Honor tablet, which is the exact same shape and same camera system and everything.
Yeah. So this is what you're saying about Android. This is the cheap end of Android, because this, no joke, I've used it a few times. I'm not a fan of it. It is generally shit. It still works what it does, but for the power it's got, ain't worth the price tag.
And I will also like to add on to what Matt was saying about the customization of Apple. With the more recent updates of Apple, I believe Apple has become more and more accessible to people wanting to edit and change things. Like it's become more editable. Obviously, I can't show you right now because my phone is currently doing the 26 update, which we'll get to at some point. But it is the fact that like I could change everything on my lock screen to be dark, which I have dark theme on everything. It's just what I like. I like because like obviously having blue eyes, I'm very sensitive to light, so like it fucking like when I walk out in the sunshine and I feel like I've been killed. But like it's just one of them. Like I don't mind it. It's just I think for customization of like what you can do with your lock screen and what you can do with other things, I think Apple's catching up. I just don't think it's.
Yeah, it's just.
I don't think Apple have stopped. I think Apple are keeping to keep innovating and everything with like they brought in widgets which Samsung have had since day dawn, and like how you can customize your widgets and like you can have multiple things on like on a scrolling thing. The way that instead of I can't remember what the Samsung's AI or like the news thing is.
Oh, it's Gemini.
No, so go onto your home screen. home screen, not your lock screen, you sponge.
Yeah.
Right, and swipe that way. No, the other way. Right, that. Right.
It's Google.
Right, so on newer ones, which we've... Yeah, so
This
on
is
the newer
newer.
ones...
I did look this one up, sorry. It came out last year.
Oh, last year. Okay, so I don't know if it's the S25s that have it, or the S24s, like the more like high-end phones from Samsung.
Yeah.
But they have an AI that like you can access just from like swiping to like
You might be meaning this one.
I wish I could get a job that didn't let me have it.
I don't know, but they have an AI in the same Google.
It's Gemini. It is technically Google.
Okay, so what I had with Gemini when I had hands on with the S25 Ultra, the S25, and like the flips and folds, I found that Gemini was really slow. Like,
So Gemini is a Google AI assistant that Google developed as Gemini as a family multiple model as AI models. So essentially, it's what you're talking about. It's called Gemini.
Yeah, right.
I always found it really slow. Like I tried it on multiple devices through the S25 range and the folds and the flips. I always found it slow. Like I found sometimes it was buggy to the point where like I'd ask it a simple question as in like, what was the time at like on this day when this happened, and it'll give me like, it wasn't exact, but it was within like an hour, and it was like,
Yeah.
I get that, like a phone can't, like, not all AI can do it, but as an Apple user, I have ChatGPT like as my action button. I have Siri on demand all the time, and it's like, I think there's a lot of improvement that like both types of phones can do to improve their AI. But I think AI is just going to take over. I think we're going to, in the next like 6 years, we're going to have like a bracelet that's going to like shoot up a like.
Not fucking thing's called.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, so that's right. So, in summary of this, I'm going to give a few points just to kind of sum up this topic, and then we will move on to political issues within the UK at the minute.
That was for the next one, but
No, we're going to fit 2 in 1 because you know what? More content.
We could do 3 in 1 because there's also game subjects we can talk about.
well, let's stick on with the phones at the moment whilst my phone updates, so I can have a little bit of hands on, or we can come back full circle to this at the end.
Well, I was saying, with the game, we could do game subjects, come back to the phone, and then do
I
political.
think political should be next episode.
I would say it'd make more sense for later on, because it is a touchy subject at this minute with a load of people.
So let's leave that till next episode.
You might want to squid.
Well, then we're going to need to edit all of this out. But anyway,
No, we won't.
So-
No.
It's just like
Podcasts are like that. It's
like
there.
that. It's like that little carrot in front of them, like, oh, we're going to be talking about this now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
right. So anyway, in summary, so which one should you choose? So go
I
for.
would say it. Obviously, sorry to interrupt that. With your summary, I do agree. It's down to everyone's personal preference.
Yeah,
Is how I
100%.
would see it.
Yeah. Which is what the summary is going to be about.
With Samsung, one thing I miss the most that my S8 has that come out for
Yonks ago.
how many years? Yeah, it came in 2017, so that came out like 7 or 8 years ago. One thing I miss about it is the camera that or the ability you used to get. So you know when you had to check heart rate or do anything like that.
Yeah.
On the back of that. These phones, after they come out, never had them. I don't know about the A series, any of the new ones, but the A series has never had that. And in my opinion, that is the worst thing Samsung stopped on, because as well, you know, when you need to check your heart rate or you've got medical problems and you need to check, but you can't check it, you have to buy the fucking watch, and then you have to spend more money on buying the phone. So say this is £300, you'll pay £300 plus whatever the watch is going to cost you. So that's another 2, 3, 400, depending on when you get. So then you've got to pay about then the total of whatever amount it would be for the next one. But one thing I do find that pisses me off is you can't voice activate everything. Compared to Siri, you guys used to be able, I'm guessing you guys can still do it now, just say, hey Siri, Siri pops up. And, you know, thing. With Android, you can't do that. I can't say, "Hey Google." I have to manually hold the button to have it pop up.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the downside to it.
So let me just do my quick conclusion, and then we'll move on to games. So go for iOS if you value simplicity, security, and seamless integration with Apple products. You're okay with spending a premium for a reliable, polished experience, and if you want timely updates and longevity with your device. Go for Android if you want customization, flexibility, and a variety in terms of devices and features. If you prefer a more budget-friendly device or need access to a wide range of phones, or you're deeply integrated into Google services, appreciate more of your system. But again, it says, in the end, it comes down to your personal preferences and priorities.
Alright, I'm going to do this, so I'll check when we're finished.
So, the next topic is obviously games.
Before we move on to games really quick, right, I have done the iOS 26 update, and I can say from the very brief moment I have had this update on, I kid you not, this looks absolutely fucking insane. Like, you can have your apps as like a clear glass.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to bear in mind, like, this is the first update since iOS 7, right? Where they changed the interface. So like, now it is just glass. So I am going to pull up notifications, but like you can't see it anyways. And it is glass, and it's like, it's silky smooth. Like, you can preview documents and everything now, and it's like,
Yeah.
and there's like a new game app and stuff. Like, what's this games? Sorry, this is why we chose. It's Apple Games, so this is why we chose to come on and do this. And it just clumps all the games in one. That's really good. That's really good.
Yeah. So,
And that is
Yeah.
that is
That-
that looks so nice. Like, if I am able to later on, I will just do a little screen recording of the screen, show some stuff from what I think's worth it, and then just edit in. Obviously, if that doesn't happen, then you're not going to get it. However, let's move on to. Let me just
Well, when I say games, do you find also we talk about consoles that are under that bracket as well? So the new gens that are coming out and all that sort of stuff.
yeah, I mean, we can talk about consoles, of course, upcoming releases as well. But then again, obviously, we all know, like, what the most the most popular games in the world. So obviously, we've got Minecraft, 200 million copies sold, all platforms, including mobile. And then in second, obviously, you've got GTA with 185. Well, Grand Theft Auto 5 with 185 million copies sold. And again, that is on pretty much all platforms apart from mobile. And one which did actually surprise me is in third. Is actually PUBG. Actually higher than Call of Duty. That's with 70.
Yeah, but you have got to realise that, like, when Call of Duty had their downtime, when they really, I love Ghost. Like, I love Call of Duty Ghost.
Yeah.
I think it is one of the best ones, like the best stories that has been released. However, other people don't have that opinion. It's the same with Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, Vanguard, and a couple others. But when Call of Duty dropped back when PUBG was massive, because PUBG was the first. I know some Fortnite kids are going to go, oh, well, it wasn't. Like, Fortnite was first. Fortnite's always the best. Fortnite's
Well,
this.
Fortnite, I can argue between the pair of them. Fortnite, the only thing that's been out first is the story mode for Fortnite. Fortnite's been out for the last, I think, 2014, 2015, but that's
Yes.
story mode. Then it
But the
comes to
Battle Royale
2017, 2018, Battlefield's, the Battle Royale came out,
Yeah.
and then everything went that way.
But PUBG was here first, and this is where like you
definitely.
can go back onto like YouTubers like posts and like stuff like that. Like I go back and like I'm a little nerd. Like I'll go back and watch like Card Against Humanity from the Sidemen, and like I'll watch Vic like raging at PUBG where he got run over and like everything like that. Like old school good shit.
Yeah.
And it's like PUBG started it. If it wasn't for PUBG, we wouldn't have Warzone, we wouldn't have Fortnite, we wouldn't have Battlefield, we wouldn't have like games that would have evolved the way they would have. And it's like shooting games. I know. I think COD would have gone in a similar direction, but not through Warzone. I think they would have just stuck to what they was good at, and now they got really good at Warzone. And then the bollocks still switching up, and then they've gone back how it should be, and it's good. But it's just, if it weren't for PUBG, nothing else would be here. Obviously, we all know what number one is. It's fucking GTA. Like there's
No,
GTA.
Minecraft.
Oh, Minecraft's number one.
Yeah,
Minecraft.
well, obviously Minecraft would make sense. It's that game that's been around for the last, I think, 2010.
I think
if remember
GTA 6
correctly.
will overtake that in 2 days.
Definitely.
I think,
GTA 6
I
is
think
one of the
GTA
games-
6 will take over for pre-orders.
It would, because everyone's wanting it. Everyone's waiting for it. Because obviously everyone's been playing for the last decade or two. They've been playing pretty much fucking.
That's 13, like nearly 13 years we have been waiting for it.
Well, you guys have been playing GTA 5, and obviously then that's where it's all come now. Everything's going on with that.
Yeah, one other thing which also did surprise me, right, is that there is actually a bit of a shocker in number 5. So, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, right? Only available.
Zelda's Elite.
Hold on. Only available on Nintendo Switch. Over 20 million
because
copies sold.
You've also got to realise, when Nintendo brought out Zelda anyways, Zelda was a massive hit. Like, Zelda was that alternate version of what Pokemon fans wanted to play. It was that extra, like, it was what Tomb Raider was when, like, we was younger. Like, that's what Zelda was to other people, and it's like, oh, Zelda was insane. Tomb Raider was insane. Oh, Lara Croft. Oh, Nutsford.
Anyway.
Tell you that as you want, but Lara Croft is a bird.
Obviously, recently, hits, including Schedule 1, which we have been playing a lot recently.
Well, we just done a stream on that as well. We can put that to say that we've just done a cheeky Schedule 1 stream for Schedule 1.
Yeah, so...
Is there any way that you can move your boom up and then have your mic drop around the other side so it's not blocking off half your head?
Well, the only downside, it goes like this, or it goes like that, but I'm trying to get the poppy in it. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't have to.
I would say it's a bit early for that, but it is only next month, so...
Well, yeah. But yeah, so Schedule 1 has obviously been a massive hit.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's a new game which gives a different, like, sort of simulation, but it doesn't feel like a simulation sort of vibe to it. Because it's not like your typical, you know, fast food sims, grocery store sims, and whatever else. But then
I do think it is opening the world of drugs to more people. I know with the new, I know with the new British legislation saying that like we should have like certain things that kids can't see and stuff like that, but kids will always find a way. Like fucking like there's always a way. You put something in that some like it's like laws. You put a law in, someone's gonna find a way to get out of it, and it's just like there's VPNs and stuff like that. But like I had to verify my age, right? I had to verify my age on Twitter to check a football score.
Jesus Christ.
Check a football score because the guy put political stuff on his thingy 2 weeks before about something that happened in the UK, and obviously like he was posting about football score, and I went to go look, and it was like, oh, you can't access this account because of like it's age restricted. And I was like, but why is it age restricted? Like I'm 22. Like I want to be able to see this stuff. Like, I shouldn't have to sit here and go, oh, here's my ID, have my address. Like,
yeah.
What do you want me to do? Like fucking like I want you to check a football score.
Well, again,
I'm not trying to beat my meat to like some fucking like Twitter guy. Like I want you to check a football score.
yeah, you want to enjoy something that
Yeah.
needs a bit of sense. Yeah.
but I will open this up to the floor. What are some games which everyone's been enjoying so far this year?
I'll let you go first, Woods. And you can't say Mass Effect.
Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6. That is literally one of the games. It's come back. 2020,
Yeah, but that was just a
2022.
beta. That was just a beta. You don't know if
I know
it
it was just a beta. No, but again, when it's the beta, it was still fantastic. I think it had more upsides to it because I think it was more positive than it has been with the beta than it had been with the other last game it made in 2042. So with 2042, not 100 people didn't like it, but it's because the aspect of it. A load of games at that time were going out with the Battlefield, Battle Royale system. They're all trying to go towards that whole place.
Yeah.
That was the concept they were going for, but it's the realization is they didn't realize how bad that flopped and they pretty much tanked fucking Battlefield. But now they brought it back with the classic Battlefield feeling that you walk in, it's modern day. You walk into like you're playing Battlefield 4 again.
It's boots on the ground, how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know because like I've been playing a lot of games this year, like a lot of games, like just on my Steam.
If you had to pick like one singular game that you would pick as your favourite, what would you say?
From what I've played just up to this, like from the 1st of January to now?
Yes.
Fucking hell.
Schedule 1, I'll say, because you enjoyed that the most. That's been.
I think we played it more because it's the only game that we've actually been playing more often. But fucking hell, I don't know. I've played a lot of games. Like I can give you a top 3. I can't give you my most favourite. So, not in any particular order. It's like the first one I'm going to say is Euro Truck Sim 2. You can never go wrong with it. It's always going to be there. It's always fun. It's always like immersive, and it's always going to be amazing. Like since I got the PC sorted, I've just been playing Euro Truck. It's the best. It's so enjoyable. Like especially if you get some DLCs where you're able to go out like to somewhere else in the world, like in Europe, you can just do it. And like I remember one night where me and obviously on my screen Woods is up here and Matt's up here, but Woods like we spent like 6 hours, like 6 in real life hours driving from Scotland. I think we went all the way to like Slovakia or something. Like we went really far. Yeah. But bear in mind we was doing realistic stopping, so like every couple of hours we were stopping and then going again, fuel stops, like ferries, trains, all that bollocks. It was really enjoyable. Second pick I'm going to give. Ready or Not.
Yeah.
That's a big outtake because like there's some missions on Ready or Not that I really did not enjoy.
And like
that was that certain campaign that was not.
Yeah,
there
was 4 missions on the campaign, especially as a new father, where I have a daughter. There were some missions that really hit me hard. Where like is as much as it is a game, like when you see certain things like that, like I will say I went and I was sick. Like, I physically threw up and I cried a couple of times, and I held my daughter tight even out because it had an effect which like some games do, but I think it was more because like like I'm a new dad and like you never want anything to happen like that. But like another one that I have really enjoyed this year, and it's gonna be a very wild outtake because schedule would have took it, but I've really enjoyed playing, and it's a game me and Woods have been playing lately. I've enjoyed playing Warframe again because although like I've only put I think like 5 or 6 hours into it, it's 5 or 6 hours where like I've been able to play it at good graphics, I've been able to play it at good speeds, and I've been able to sit and lock in on it. Like I've gone further into the game than I thought I would at this moment in time, and I'm smashing it. Like it's enjoyable. Like GTA is always going to be up there for any game you play. Like I'd say Black Ops 6 would have been close as well. It's not a top 5. It's like a 15th. Like it's everyone hyped up for like this insane game. I'm not excited for Black Ops 7 either. I think they should have gone for like Advanced Warfare 2 or Ghost 2 or Infinite Warfare 2.
I would say, realistically, they should continue on the Ghost story. That was a franchise I have spoke to a load of people about. They loved the campaign for it. It was the multiplayer everyone hated. I get why, because at the time that came out, you had the movements that no one liked. You had the sliding, you had like some of that immersibility. You walked in, you're like, why the fuck is this in Call of Duty? This ain't Call of Duty. This is like thing, because everyone's coming back from Black Ops 2 and like Black Ops 1. They're coming from where they had dolphin diving, and then that was like really the main kind of like thing that was everyone loved, because you could just dive at someone, shoot them, and then it's like, oh, you get back up again and run. With Advanced Warfare, it had the whole slide, or not Advanced, it was Ghost, it had that sliding feature and all that, and it was obviously something not I liked. Then you go to Advanced Warfare, another fantastic story, they left at a cliffhanger. They should continue, I would say they should continue that, because it did have a load of movements not many people liked.
Yeah.
Like, I can't admit, they had the wall running, they started that, they had the, jetpacks, yeah, they had the jumping, all that sort of like, you know, sort of thing. Not many people
I wasn't a
liked
mega
it.
fan of Jetpack Era. Like, I know a lot of people were die-hard fans of Jetpack Era, and I understand it. It was fun. You was able to be a prat. You was able to jump from side to side and enjoy it. I hated it. Like, I just wanted boots on the ground, and that's why when Omni Movement came in the new COD, I thought it was alright at first, and then the fact that, like, in real life, yeah, you can run backwards, you can run to the side and stuff like that, but then it was dolphin diving backwards whilst running, dolphin diving sideways and stuff like that. You can't do that, because you just, like, in real life you'll injure yourself seriously. And for a game that's like an arcade shooter, but it is realistic, like some of the shit that goes on in them games, like no Russian, like that's
a hard one. Yeah,
I think that's the only mission on YouTube that you physically cannot go on and post now because of how like serious it is. Like that's
because it's a sort of fact of imagine that actually happening, and that can risk happening in certain countries,
100%.
because
Especially nowadays.
people just definitely it's mad at how much it's kind of going, really. But certain things are quite good though. In now these days, it's, you know, a lot of things become a bit more sensitive. Like, you go and play games now, it's not all about, the content's mad, but people and companies start to censor certain bits out that people feel uncomfortable watching because of certain things have happened.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
I think a certain extent of it is because I don't want to make any enemies on the first episode, but from lockdown everything changed, and a lot of people put a lot of their views in. Everyone wasn't happy about certain things, and then a lot of people kicked off, and that's what caused a lot of the problems that we have now. This is why everyone's so argumentative and jumps straight to, oh, you're an arsehole because you've done this, and it's just, I think certain games wouldn't have had these issues if it wasn't for the fact of, like,
the lockdown happening. But again, oh yeah, definitely. But I also would say to it, it's to do with mental illness, I would say, because of the anxieties. Because when it came to that point on lockdown, so many people isolated. So like, they didn't see their friends for what, a year, maybe 3. A load of people didn't see their friends because due to medical conditions, and then obviously they isolated themselves from the world. So what was the only thing people could access the most? Well, it was their phones, their TVs, their iPads, their PCs, their computers, consoles. That was the kind of only thing that they could really access. But in my mind, though, it was how I saw it when I first heard about the lockdown. This is when I was in school. I said to a few people, it's all fake, it's all bollocks. So another thing for them to give the excuse, everyone's getting their hopes up. Oh, we're going to be off for X amount of time. School's going to be done. But when I realised it happened, it hit me tenfold. I was like, oh fuck, the actual thing that happened. And
see, sorry to cut.
That's all good.
But obviously, I was still in school during the lockdown times because my mum was class key worker, and to be honest, although yes, I was in school, I'd rather stay at home. I will not lie to you there, because it's just the general fact of, everyone's wearing masks. You have to sanitize your hands to breathe and touch a door handle.
Yeah.
It kind of got to the point where, yes, I understand why you're doing it, but you're taking it a bit extreme. Like, I know that the COVID. Yeah, allow it.
Allow it.
Good old COVID.
COVID killed like millions of people.
It killed millions of people. And I get the people that died from it should have never had that happen. But again, it's a natural disaster. Everyone blamed it. This is one thing that I kind of found out. Everyone blames it on someone when it happens. Everyone blamed it on the Chinese, saying it was because of a bat. But then, due respect, it's a flu virus. Where the fuck did the flu come from? Nature, middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
It didn't just, like, someone didn't cause it. It just happened. It's a natural virus. And that's what things happen.
There obviously has been conspiracies that obviously it started in a lab, this, but again, I personally could not give a shit where it started. I just looked at what happened and how it's affected people. Obviously, I was in year 7, believe it or not, when we went into the first lockdown. I did not come out of lockdown till year 9.
That's mad that. Like, I finished school in 2019.
Yeah.
I don't know about the same. Mine was basically 2019, early 2020. So basically just before the lockdown. And then that's when I jacked in my school.
Let's move on from this. Let's go back to games and we can discuss this next week.
Yeah.
We're getting a little bit off topic and then we'll go down politics and then like we'll be over and done with in the first episode and we're not doing that yet.
But yeah, so anyway, my top 3 games for this year: F1 25. I will say, fucking cracking game. Obviously, Assetto Corsa is also Ready or Not actually, because Assetto Corsa comes in just under the top 3. So you got F1, Ready or Not, and Schedule. I will say, we have invested a lot of time into Schedule this year.
100%.
Whether it's been me and Woods or us 3 as a trio.
Or just me and you, like we've put like a lot of time into this. Whenever Woods isn't at work, me and Matt will sit and like grind out Schedule.
But then obviously,
family times, right?
Well, yeah. There is that. I mean, like we're not overly sad cunts. We do actually see our.
I do have a family. I have a missus and a child, and like I do spend time with them as well. So it's not like But I don't know. I think. Is the only game anyone's excited about coming out, minus Woods, about Battlefield 6, because he's going to fucking brown nose that until the day he fucking dies, probably. So, Matt, is the only thing that's coming out that you're excited about?
Not really. I mean, I know that everyone's raving about GTA 6, but I have a feeling
I think it is going to be like the dog's bollocks.
You see, the thing is, I think that me personally, it'll have its hype period for like a couple of months when it comes out. Then people will start to realise, like, you'll have fucking hackers everywhere.
But that's only on PC, and PC's been told that it's going to be waiting a year, anyways.
Well, you also can't get new jailbreak consoles. People still do that. That's still a thing that still happens. In the
I know, but it's going to be a lot harder because like GTA Rockstar has genuinely kept these on the wraps for so long.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for that leak, if it wasn't for that like whistleblower that give that leak out about like the tiniest of a bit of movement, we wouldn't have the information we have now. I think GTA 6 would have come out in 2030 if it wasn't for that. Genuinely, the fact the leak happened has sped it all up.
Yeah, but again, it has pushed it back as well because they pushed back to next year. But again, that's a possibility of it happening again because it's that type of game because they're running it, if I remember correctly, in Unreal Engine 5?
Something like that. But
the new one that's come out within the last couple of years, the system's the bollocks. Like it makes the game look so realistic. Like you walk into it, it's like you put a VR headset on, you're like, am I in real life or not? It's that whole mentality.
I feel like obviously the storyline. I mean, GTA 5 is obviously Michael, Franklin, Trevor, but now obviously you've got Lucia.
You're also in Vice City as well. So they've gone back to GTA 4 standard now. So they've gone back to the game everyone did enjoy.
Well, no, because
GTA 4 was Liberty City, not Vice City.
I was about to say
Vice City.
Yeah, so
What was it, sorry?
Vice City was Vice City.
Oh.
yeah, so
Before your
Yeah.
time, sunshine. I'm a year
Well,
older than you, and I know that.
Again,
Before your time.
I've been under me rock fucking. I haven't really played GTA. I've only played 5 because that's the one I knew about more in the last few years.
I'm excited
Yeah.
for GTA 6 because it's the first GTA that we're going to have that there's a female character that you can play as legit, not as just online, as like a genuine story. And
Yeah.
like, I think it's going to play pretty much exactly how GTA played out, where like you get certain missions you got to do with him, and then you got to do it with her, and then you got to go back and forth, and then there's like missions where you work together, and then like shit like that. But I think that with the time and the effort, because they've had like 13 years when this game comes out, 13 years to like put the heads together and do it. Like GTA 5 was out on 3 consoles. The PS3 had 3 GTAs.
yeah,
That's how, well, I think it was the PS2 that had 3 GTAs. That's how crazy it is.
Yeah.
Like, one game has gone through possibly 4 with how Xbox is going to be pushing for this new like console, which will have Steam, by the way, which has been confirmed, which is insane.
I actually looked into it. Essentially, it's a handheld console. So it's essentially going to be another Steam Deck or another.
Are you on about the Ally?
Well, yeah, like the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
that
no. So there's been leaks, rumours, and someone confirmed.
No, I've seen the official video.
Yeah,
I've seen the official.
I know what handheld you're on about, but the next Xbox will have Steam on it.
That's what they're planning on doing. Is that console's coming out. That's what's going to be coming out with Steam. That's what they're preferencing. Because the idea is they're going to push themselves to handheld. Because obviously right now a load of people are going that route. Like,
It's because Xbox and Microsoft, so they'll just put a Microsoft engine on it, and then have like an ability to be able to switch from like playing Xbox games to playing like any game.
Well, I looked at this. If you look at the videos, you can look it up. There is a video on showing the new like handheld console they're producing.
Yeah, the new
Ally.
The new
On
Ally.
the Ally, it's got Bayonet. It's one of them. Steam was the other one that bravely popped up. It had the Xbox as well.
It's got Epic
So
Games.
the Xbox is the main one.
Ubisoft,
But you press
it's got them all.
If I get Steam Deck, I'll show roughly the layout they had. The rough layout was
Matthew's
basically. It was basically, as far as I know, it was one of these buttons over here. It was like a button like this, like a menu button. So you press that, and then it pops up. So you have about 1 app, 2 apps, 3 apps, and then you had like the 3 of them, and it was all like that. But obviously, they done it so it's more of, instead of you having a system like this, you look at this and you're like, oh, it's more of you just had the controller handle, so you just had the 2 controller handles and a big fuck off screen in the middle. That's literally what it was. And I think it was also skinnier than this. As Steam Decks are quite thick like this, it was much more, I think, more like thin.
Apparently, it's going to be more expensive than a Steam Deck as well.
Oh, it is. I believe about £1,000 the price tag of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
But yeah, but again, it makes me laugh. The closest one you can get that runs it, the same thing that makes me laugh, is you look on the market for the same sort of console that does all the same thing, the Rogue Ally. The original one that ASOS made, there's literally Rogue Ally, a new one they produced, I think probably a couple of years ago, worth about 800 quid, does the exact same job. You can download the Xbox app on it, you can download fucking
but it's
Steam
the
on
fact
it, you can
that
download
like, it's 800 quid, and it's like, if you're gonna go for like a handheld, this is where like I think with the Switch 2 they dropped the ball because they sold it so expensive. It was so expensive.
They dropped the ball as well is because they said to them, you're not buying a console, you're buying a license.
Yeah.
That's what it was, the ball they dropped
And it was
further.
the fact that it was so expensive, and it was like
You pay,
for a handheld. Like I remember going like and buying a fucking PSP for like 60 quid. Like brand new PSP for 60 quid, right? And it's like you go like there's all these new like handhelds coming out. Like don't get me wrong, a Backbone like I've been wanting for a while. They're insane. They legit turn your phone into a console. It's practically just like having a Steam Deck on your phone. Same with that Razer that Woods is holding up now.
with this, you don't have to have an app.
No.
This is
Well,
one thing I
technically,
like
you
about
don't
this
have
the
to with
most.
the Backbone. As long as you've got it connected, you don't have to use the Backbone app.
Well, this is the thing I like about this
No,
one. Is
yeah, no, you
how
actually
it
do have an
works.
app. You do have to have an app. It's just to do updates to it. But I have the app on my phone. Like,
No, not this. This, I just plug it in and go. It's a plug and play.
but I have the app. It's to do
Oh,
updates.
legit. I've never had to do that, mate. I've literally watched. All I've had to do this. That works. That comes on. There you go. Plug the power in, supply in that end. Run a game.
But yeah, so the next topic of discussion, right? So, do you know how? Well, it's not really the next topic. We're still staying on games, but with how you're saying that all of these new handhelds are like, you know, £800 to like £1,000 and everything, would that not push people to go for PCs?
Yes.
This is
100%.
the argument I would say is instead of you buying a handheld console that's worth £1,000, you can go anywhere. Like, I can reference my computer, mine's a gaming laptop. You can go to Curry's, you can go to practically fucking anywhere for the same price you're paying for a handheld console. Is to buy something more powerful that would run pretty much any game that you want and run everything for the same price tag.
Yeah.
Realistically, a console is a console. That's why they charge £300-400 because it's the convenient of you getting a box package with a system on it that is exclusive games. Like on my desk, I'm looking at. I've got an Xbox One S, an old one I've had for a few years now. It's one of the things. It's a plug-in, plug it to a TV or a monitor screen or whatever you want to plug it into. It's literally just you plug in the power supply, you plug the HDMI cable into the system, hook it to Wi-Fi, and you play. Put games in it and do it. But one thing that consoles have gone downhill with is the download system. This is what pisses me off. Go back to the days of PS3 and Xbox 360. When you buy a game, you put it in the console, you're playing it. You're not sitting there, I've got to download it for the next half an hour to an hour, I've got to download this, or I've got to spend a day downloading things, depending on how your Wi-Fi is. It's just, here's an Xbox, plug in, bush. Whack a disc in, or go on an app that you've downloaded, or you've got on the console, click play, and then you play the game. You play it to the fullest. It's not none of this DLC, or not this, like demo stuff, it's proper playing the game, enjoying it.
Yeah, I can understand it from that perspective, but I can also understand it from the digital perspective as well. Because with the digital perspective, yes, it's quicker and easier because the digital versions will never run out of stock. Whereas in stores, you're not guaranteed to get it because they can run out of stock.
Yeah. No, but what I'm saying though is they go back to the old system. So it's not like you have to have a disc, but you get a game, you play it. That's what my point is go back to when the 360 and the PS2s, no matter what games you had on it, you just go and play. It's not about none of you got to spend the next hour or the next while downloading these games to then play them.
I think the best idea any console ever had, and like I've had PlayStation, I've had Xbox, I know PC obviously, but I kid you not, the best one I ever had was the first PlayStation to come out, which was the backwards compatible to the PS2. With the extra slots, the extra like USB drives and everything like that, so you could play it. That was the best console released ever. Period. Like done. Mine is like obviously the original Xbox, the SNES, the Wii, the like Xbox, the original Xbox. But for a console that you could play PS2 games on, PS3 games on, with like the PS3 version of graphics. Apart from if like you got the HD version of certain games that got obviously booted up to the PS3. You could sit and play them, and it was like, holy shit, like, you could play Vice City on PlayStation 3 and have the speed of the PlayStation 3, but have the game for PS2. It was insane. Like, yeah, it's just one of them. But no, like, my view on it is, I think they'll push people to get PCs, because with, like, there's a guy that Zach got his PC off, and Zach spent, I think it was like £300-400, and like, his PC will be good for another maybe 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I know I need to upgrade my PC. However, with my current situation, which of course we've discussed off of this podcast, it's not really feasible for me to upgrade.
For the minute.
Benefit, yeah. I think if like stuff that was discussed obviously does not happen. I think.
Well, yeah.
But
Yeah, obviously.
there's no point going back and forth, going, oh well, like just in case, like I might not, or just in case, like if you want to do it, Like there's no point pussyfoot about it. Like if you're gonna, like you might as well, on the off chance that what you're going to do isn't going to work out. That's all I'm saying. Like
That's fair.
like, it's the same with like how like I think about life. Like you're not taking money to the grave, enjoy it. Like take the piss, not having much fun. As long as your bills are paid, like you got lots of stress about you. So it should be fun. But coming to the hour mark. So is there any other topics anyone wants to speak about? Not politics.
Well, I would say one thing I never got to say about is the two top games I would like of this year that I've enjoyed the most.
Mass Effect, Halo,
Schedule 1.
No, actually, first one was right, Mass Effect, but that's in the top 3. That's not
Mass
top
Effect,
2.
Halo, some other random bullshit.
I actually, surprisingly, it's Mass Effect, Helldivers 2, because that's been quite good, and War Thunder.
Bullshit, alright.
War Thunder is a good show. War Thunder is very enjoyable.
Yeah, it is.
I think if we weren't playing Schedule 1 as much, we would all sit and play War Thunder for like hours and hours.
It's same for Warframe. These games now that are kind of like those games that come out these days are not as good as like you playing the free ones that you get. Like Warframe, it's a game you have to sit there and grind. Yeah, you can pay as you win, but then take the fun out of it. It's Warframe's one of them games where you can sit there for 4 or 5 days straight and play it. And it's a game you grind, so you've got to get the warframes, you've got to then get the weaponry, you've got to get the parts components, you then got to run missions, move to the areas. Like, the things you need, you have to grind for. The same for War Thunder. War Thunder is one of the games you've got to spend time going down your tech trees. Depending on what country you go for, it's faster or easier. Like, I've gone down the British tech tree, it's good, but fuck me, it's a long tree. Because as soon as you grind down the next tank, you've got to then spend the next 2 days, 3 days, 4 days getting to the next tank to that, to then go down the next one again. It's the same concept, but it's a game that you can play long term, and you can have fun with it.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
One game I wish that was good was Euro Truck Sim 2. I wish they added the actual lorries to it. So you didn't just have Arctic lorries. You had, other types of lorries. You had, for example, you had your flatbeds, fully built flatbeds, 8x8s, Scanias, DAFs, or you had your Mercedes, and as well all the bits with them. So I wish they had the aspect of it as well they added, and the new updates, new systems like scripts for IABs and stuff. I would love to play a game.
If they brought in more of a login side to Euro, because American Truck Sim, it's more like accessible that people would probably have an IAB on the lorry, but that's more on the trailer. Like that's more construction, and because it is just a truck drive, like it's a truck sim where you're driving your truck, you're picking up a load and you're not loading it. So that's why they don't have IABs on them, because that's too much time into development, that's too much time into programming it, and then every job that you're going to do, they'll need, like, even if it's a car insider or something, they're going to have to add like a telehandler and then a forklift, and then where you got to pack it, and then you've storage it, and then everything like that, and the game goes from being like 14 gigabytes to 200 overnight. And it's like, I get what you mean, like IABs are class, like that's why they're in farming sim, or with certain mods and you can do certain things with them. It is just that, like, I don't know, I think it's one of them that, like, at the moment they are focusing on coaches in Euro Truck, which I think is an amazing idea, but it's just one of them where you've got to sit back and go, right, what do we do? And it's like, is it really worth going and dropping all this extra data into the game, especially when the game has to load really slow as it is on anything you have, because it has to load all the frames, get everything ready and then go for it. But I don't know, I think Euro Truck will stay up there. I think they need to put more time into it. I think I get American Truck Sims more accessible because more Americans will play it, and there is like less players in Europe that will play Euro Truck Simulator. But I think they need to show the same amount of love, because there's more days flying out for American Truck Simulator and bigger maps as well. It's not just like, well, it's like Scandinavia, it's like Texas, like Wyoming, like big areas in America where they're going.
Big states, man.
This is what we're doing, and it's like, well, why can't we have that love? Why can't we have that love? And it's like, especially with some new wagons, like I'd like to. I'm not a big advocate for electric vehicles, but I'd like to see the new electric Volvos that have been added, like which have been put out, and like instead of it being just like tractor units to put some ridges on it or dumpers and like stuff like that. But it's
Yeah.
fun at that minute. Like, you've got to look at it realistically. If you want a game that's going to run smooth and not take up much space, like Call of Duty or something, you got to realise that you're going to have to sacrifice certain things.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm just currently looking on Steam now, Euro Truck, and they've actually got the Nordic Horizons DLC coming out.
Amazing.
Which is obviously, it basically gives you expansions of Norway all the way to the Arctic Ocean, some more for Sweden, Scandinavian mountains, Lapland as well, and like it just kind of gives you a bit more of a challenge to, you know, like just across the board. But yeah, it's just one of those things.
I do have a topic if we're alright to move on to another topic.
Depends.
It's a bit of a raw one, and this is going to be tailored towards certain people that might watch this and like just come in for this certain bit. What is your favourite movie watch over the last couple of years, or like series or anything like that? Like, you can have a top 3 if you can't decide, because I have a top 3. Like, I have a strong top 10. Like, fucking like, but I have a very strong top 3, which is like some movies that I should have watched a long time ago, but I haven't. So like, if someone wants to start us off, because like I'm very passionate about my friend.
To be fair, will not lie, the Bad Boys movie which came out.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think they should have stopped at 2.
Really?
I think they should have stopped at 2. Same
I think it was quite
They should
good.
have stopped at 5. Fast 5 was a perfect ending, and that should have finished then.
Well, I can admit, the new one they done was a bit iffy. Like again, that kind of annoyed me a little. Where they done part 1 and part 2. A movie, no matter how long it takes you to do, should be one movie. That's what Fast and Furious always been. It's always been you play Fast and you watch it. You got 1, you got 2, you got 3. You don't have any part 2s to it, any part 3s to it. It's one movie.
Say the same about Harry Potter as well.
Yeah, I would say the same thing.
They
should. Yeah, instead of them doing it, so you've got one movie, then there's a part 2 to that movie. I would have said they should have just done it in one. Because it's like saying you read the book.
I am eating ice cream. Sorry.
I'm saying, say you read the book, right? It's the book in like different parts. It's in chapters, but is it like you're reading it? Are you reading it all in like, you know, you're taking your time reading the book as you go? Or is the concept of it, are you wanting to wait to produce a second book to it, so then you read the part 2 to the book?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that, and quote me if I'm wrong, if someone wants to look this up, actually I'll do it whilst I've got my phone open actually. I think definitely I was part 1 and part 2 were separate books.
But again, like the Bad Boys movie, again,
That was quite good.
it was. I will admit, I actually watched it in cinema when it first came out. And again, I think it kind of helped with, like, obviously in the older Bad Boys movies, obviously we had Reggie when he was 15.
Yeah. That is the only part that I liked. The way that like the move back from the thingy where this man kills people. Like,
Yeah.
Oh mate, that part of the movie was fantastic. Like you had Reggie when you saw him like the first or second movie, he was a lad. You look at him, and he was shitting bricks. When obviously, he sees these 2 like massive like geezers walk up to the door, like waving guns around, like thinking they're the bollocks, and he's like, you just see his face drop, like, yeah. But then it all changes, and then he comes to the last movie. You see him just sit there, eating some Doritos, playing games or COD, whatever it is, on fucking TV, just chilling there like with his kids.
But then, of course, there's obviously the barbecue scene at the end, and then of course
That was fantastic as well.
and it's just like,
Yeah,
this motherfucker killed 15 people at the house, so I'm gonna then cook that motherfucking chicken. I'm like, it's fucking class.
Yeah.
There is points where it is good, but I still think the second moves that should have been stopped a long time ago.
Yeah.
What second and third then? Or second and first?
Second, it's a tough one. Because, yes, I watched a lot.
Should we just go third for resolve and second and then third?
Yeah,
I would say, in my opinion, I would say the new Jurassic World. That was quite a good movie.
yeah, neither, so I can't comment.
I'll take that back then.
But, I tell you what,
The trailers for it are
The-
amazing. Like,
How about Transformers? Have you guys seen any of them ones? Or
no,
Revenge
because
of the Fallen is the best one and the only one that is worth watching over and over and over and
Well,
over again.
this is my argument, right? With Transformers and all them franchise, the whole thing, they need to go back to the movies that were made back in 2011, 2012, from basically 2010 to 2015. They were fantastic. No problem.
Woods, I'm going to say something very controversial here, right? I kid you not. Nothing. Life peaked, right? When you had Optimus Prime at the end of the movie talking about Linkin Park, right? As it panned to the sunset.
Yeah.
That was there's nothing better than that. There's nothing which will ever top that in any movie ever. That is like
Yeah,
I
the
don't-
best bit.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. Is go to movies back when that was made. So around movies around them like areas and them years.
The vibe
They were not a
that
problem.
gets
They were the
by Optimus
best.
Prime is the best thing that has ever happened in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, anyway, for my number 2 spot, Go on. Go
So
on.
my third, obviously, of the last couple of years, and like my favourite watch was Oppenheimer.
yeah,
What was that?
to be fair,
I'm not going to say anything more because like I'm not spoiling it. I'm not into that. But go watch it. It is insane. It's on. Have you got Sky?
It's. I know.
dodgy box is alright.
Yeah, dodgy box. No, I think it's on Amazon as well. If not, you probably.
I'll look into it again. In my mind, it's a nice bit of history to read up, like look into and like watch.
Unreal role as Oppenheimer. Unreal.
He did as well in Peaky Blinders. The guy that played it, fucking look at it, what he done in Peaky Blinders. No one can top Peaky Blinders. That was fantastic when he done that.
Yeah,
Especially with the accents and how he portrayed it in the movie. Like even the stories you hear that they were smoking per set, per scene, they were smoking like 200, 300 cigarettes. You're
There
like,
was fake cigarettes though. There was like flavoured. It was just like flavoured.
no, they're actual non-nicotine.
Yeah.
He confirmed that when he said about it. You can look in if you look it up. I might be wrong saying it, but as far as what I've heard about it, it's been non-nicotine cigarettes they smoked during the whole set. So each time they're doing it was actual cigarettes.
I mean, if that is the case, then like kudos to them all because like I can barely on a night out I can barely smoke 10 without dying.
yeah.
What's your second then? What's your very very close second?
You see, my top 2 are both motorsport films.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Yeah. However, Gran Turismo's in second. My top spot is the F1 movie.
I'm not seeing that.
I haven't watched the F1
Hey,
movie, so
that question is-
that can't like carry on. Gran Turismo, amazing movie, but not in the top 3.
Fair. And then obviously F1's at the top. And of course, don't know if you saw recently, but obviously Lewis Hamilton is going to be making a movie.
I've not heard nothing about that.
I don't know if that was the F1 movie or not.
I will back in
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Alright. Again, I would say my weight, but I'll wait for Tyler to get back.
Yeah. So the my apologies, actually. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, crack on, mate. Okay, I was just saying, I'll wait for Tyler to get back to say my piece of my top three when you guys have.
Well, I've still got my second and first to go, so do you, so.
The F1 movie.
All three.
The F1 movie was actually made by Lewis Hamilton. That's just me having a brain fart because it is like 1:20 in the morning.
Yeah.
Right, come on, what's your third and second?
So, third, it would have to
You
be.
said Jurassic World as your third.
No, I always said that as like the new. I'm talking about the new one that come out.
Yeah, you said that was your third, though, wouldn't you?
No, I would say the Jurassic franchise. I would put all of that in that aspect. Like from the Jurassic World 1, 2, and all that. I'll put them in third.
Okay.
But in probably second or third would be the Transformers franchise, back from the days of the old one that had all Sam in it. Not
Right, but what
not
movie?
well, singular movie. I would have to go with the same with you. Would be Transformer, like it'd be the Rise. The what's it fucking called?
Revenge of the Fallen.
Nah, the other one.
Rise of the
I think it's the Dark Side of the Moon.
That is a good movie.
Because it was right, in my opinion, them movies that were done by the guy that was done who originally done it, the original actor.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf.
The guy that originally done it made it better. He was fantastic. Nothing against Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
See,
It's-
I think the first and second Transformers movie was only as good as it was.
Yeah.
Folks. That scene as she pops the hood and it just pans around like that was every single guy's wet dream when you was younger. No, that was what Princess Leia in the Golden Bikini was for kids from the 80s. That's what that was.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah, no, to me you just sound like a massive fucking perv.
I think second for me. See, my first is an old movie. Is an old movie. I think it came out in 2012. But second for me, I don't know. It's. I think it would be Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo was a really good watch.
But I'm actually going to change my top one.
Go on.
Hear me out.
Go on.
One of the Creed movies. The one where he gets put in prison and has to fight Boyka.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Like that.
What's number one for you?
Oh. Can never beat it. Expendables. Can never ever beat that.
For the genre of movie, I understand, but there's two movies that bit it like by a long shot.
One. I would say it has to be 1 and 2. They are the two guaranteed ones.
There's only like in the franchise it is. I don't think there's a better movie. But in its like not in its franchise, in its genre. But in any movie ever made, there's two movies that will the greatest movies ever made.
Go on.
And one is my number one. So the one that isn't is the original Avatar, which should have just been left as is. The original Avatar was one of the most amazing movies ever made.
Yes,
However,
definitely.
my favourite watch over the last couple of years, which I keep going back to try and watching, and then like my daughter will start crying or something, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. But my favourite watch, and what I think is the best movie ever made by Christopher Nolan, and obviously ever, Interstellar.
Fair. That is a fair
I
shout.
don't know if I've ever seen it.
Right, there's a scene. I'll tell you one bit about one scene. So if you ever watch it, obviously it's Matthew McConaughey. He's driving through a field of corn, right? And the one insane part about it, which this is why I love Christopher Nolan movies, because he puts so much effort in. He legit grew in like 3 fields of corn Right, three fields of corn because he wanted it to look realistic. So like it had to be one shot, like, and it worked perfectly. But Interstellar was one of the most amazing movies I've ever watched. And basically, it took me so long to watch it because I had to wait until it came on Netflix. But like, it is one of the most amazing movies ever made, and I highly recommend it to anyone. Like, there's not a movie that I think will come close apart from Avatar.
Fair play.
But if you ever get a chance to watch it, go and watch it.
Again, I've got my ways on.
The dodgy butt. Yeah.
I don't talk about. I might have something.
That we used to watch in school.
No, not that. Even better, mate.
Oh yeah, you gonna send me a link?
Nah, man, you just
It's not a link. It's an app. Unfortunately, Android only.
Yeah, it's Android only. It's alright.
Yeah, Android.
It's fine, I'll just use it on
Yeah, I guess you get rid of that.
that. It's fine, I'll add it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we've covered 3 topics tonight, then, gents.
Matt's pushing out because he's tired.
No, I'm not.
If anyone has noticed throughout the entire podcast, right, where you can see Matt on his screen, right, there's a little Twitch bot thing, not Twitch, the Discord bot in the back of his like little screen cover.
Basically, it looks like a pig from Angry Birds.
Yeah. So if you was noticing at the start, right, throughout the entire screen, which I've noticed, he's gone from being sat straight up, where his head wasn't practically on it, and he's just slowly slung further and further down.
He's getting tired, lads. Getting tired.
Man, it is 1:30 in the morning, and like,
We wouldn't blame you.
But is there anything else anyone else wants to bring up before we end?
Apart from politics.
I've got nothing. I've got nothing. I'm not going to bring nothing in that.
So we're just going to hold out until...
Actually, no, Tyler, what is your favourite brand of microwave, you fucking spoon?
Bosch.
Yeah, Fairs.
I can't go wrong with Bosch. I've got a Benco washing machine, like, fucking... I've got a fucking combi boiler, like, what else you want to know?
Well, I think that sums it, innit?
Hey, Woods, what fucking brand of soap do you use to wash your bollocks?
Dove, mate. Can't go nothing better than that.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to leave it at that then.
The end of the first podcast that we have ever recorded. We will be back soon. We'll probably record another one tomorrow. We are recording this on... It is a Monday. It's not gone until Tuesday.
It's now till Tuesday, so it's
We'll record the second one probably later on today because it is 1:30, and then go from there. However, if you have enjoyed it, always like, subscribe, comment. If you have got any points that you would like us to talk about, put it in the comment section. Obviously,
you can message us if you need to as well.
there is ways of contacting us. Obviously, Discord will be the preferred one. However, any hate speech or anything will just be put directly because we're not into that. We're not for that. Like, we're here expressing opinions because we don't like certain things. So, yeah.
Alright, well, again, I guess I'll end up seeing you two fine lads on the next part, I guess.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you
sure
will.
we'll see each other sooner because we're probably going to sit and talk for another 20 minutes anyways and then go to bed. But
Probably.
we'll catch you all
Again, we will catch you, ladies and gents, who are listening to,
in a week.
you know,
or so.
another time. So,
Good luck and Godspeed.
stay out of trouble. And,
See ya.
yeah, catch you later.
Peace.